Hello, and what is up with it today, party people? The sun is shining up here in Fargo Moorhead. Well, I'm in Mapleton right now, but the sun was shining earlier this morning when I was in Fargo too. So we're already on the up and up. That's not why we're chatting today, though. Of course, you already knew that, correct? Yeah. So, holiday times, if you have not been living under a rock, you know holidays can be stressful. And a lot of people will say that they experience like a knot in their neck, or headaches, or jaw tension and tightness, or maybe the jaw even hurts, or an increase in headaches when stress ramps up. And a lot of times people will say, oh, if I could just get this muscle right here to loosen up, if I could just get it to relax, I know it would take care of all my problems. This is by no means a massage bashing video, because massage therapists are some of my most favorite people, and one of my very best friends is a massage therapist. So if you're ever in Rossholt, South Dakota, hook her up, Des Folt. But anyways, excuse me. The problem with thinking that tight muscles are causing your issues is that it's a problem, or the problem is the problem. That doesn't make sense. We're going to talk about why tight muscles aren't your issue. So, like I said, a lot of people will say, oh, I have these muscles up here are tight. And I recruited Sheldon the skeleton to help me out today. So never mind Sheldon's poor posture. He's just a lazy pile of bones and doesn't really pull his weight around here. I love puns. But anyways, so like I said, when a lot of people are stressed or tired, they'll say, or you've experienced it probably, that they have more tension, more tightness, more pain, more discomfort, more stiffness, more rigidity, more of everything of the bad that you don't want. Well, why is that? Well, we have talked in the past a lot about how every physical component, every physical symptom, sign, ailment that we experience has an emotional, that mental connection to it. But really, what is it that we're talking about there? So, when muscles are tense and tight, what happens? Well, muscles attach to our bones, and when they contract or when they relax is when we move our bones. So on Sheldon the skeleton, maybe this isn't going to be big enough visual for everyone to see, but if the bones in Sheldon's neck here are to, the muscles here are to contract, they're going to tighten up. It's going to actually pull the head and the bones and the anatomy and everything else one direction or the other. Okay? So muscles are responsible for moving our bones. It's the same with every muscle, every bone in our body. They're moved by muscles. Well, but what moves the muscles? Well, with Sheldon here, I move the bones, because otherwise there wouldn't be any input. But in a normal, alive, functioning person, muscles don't just move willy-nilly. Muscles are told what to do, when to do it, and how to do it by our brain. The brain sends the signals to the nerve, to the muscle, to tell the muscle how to move. And so when we are getting a massage and we get those muscles to loosen up, tense and tighten, that's great. Like I said, this is by no means a massage therapy bashing video. We get those muscles to tighten up, feels great and wonderful, and then the problem probably comes back in. It could be a couple days, could be a couple weeks. I don't know what kind of time frame we're talking about here. But that's because it's actually a malfunctioning signal coming from the nerve. So your muscle is going to go right back to that protective, right back to tensed, tight, contracted, if you don't actually get the brain to send the signal to relax the muscle. And so sometimes we'll have people that say, oh, I felt really good after, and this doesn't just apply to massage therapy, this applies to everything. I felt really good after this workout, and I got that muscle loosened up. Or I felt really good after I stretched, or I felt really good after my massage, and then it slowly crept back. That's because the muscle relaxed, and then a few days later, the signals were still coming from the nerve telling it that that muscle needed to contract. So we're stressed out, when we're tired, when we're exhausted, when we're angry or frustrated or whatever, our body goes into that fight or flight that we've talked about, that protective, stressed out state. That is responsible for sending the signals to our nerves that we need to be in a stress out, protective, defensive state. So our muscles tense and tighten up because they're on the fly. They are ready to, if we're running from a tiger, they're ready to run. If we are being chased by someone who's trying to kill us, we're ready to run. Oh, wait. That doesn't happen in everyday life anymore. The kinds of stress that we encounter are like getting an unexpected bill in the mail, or finding out that someone stole your recipe for tuna hot dish. Those are the kinds of stress that we encounter, but your body doesn't know the difference. And so it goes into that protective state automatically, just because our body is wicked smart. It goes into that protective state. That protective state signals our brain to continue the protective state. So there's more cortisol, there's more adrenaline. That cortisol and adrenaline is good in those situations when we are running from the tiger and when someone's chasing us, trying to shank us. But with the stresses that we have today, those responses are drug out. It's too much. And so that adrenaline, that cortisol is circulating in our system. And hi, Wendy. Good to hear from you. That adrenaline, that cortisol is circulating in our system for too long, and our body pays the price for it with tight muscles, with headaches, with jaw tension, tightness. And so by no means should chiropractic be your only method of self-care. We want to incorporate massage. We want to incorporate stretching and exercise, incorporate healthy nutrition. But that's not just for the holiday season. That is this time of year and all times of year. So if you need any assistance or guidance, or want to know where you should be headed, who you should be seeing, let us know. We can help you out.